Hi and welcome. If you are an English learner and you live in the United States and Canada, and you would like to improve your pronunciation and reduce your foreign accent, you are at the right place. My name is Jessie. I am an American accent coach living in Canada. So I'm Canadian, and I help English learners improve their English. So I help two kinds of clients. The first kind of client is the type of client that wants to improve their conversation. They want to know what kind of big mistakes do they make in terms of pronunciation, grammar, what makes them sound really off. Like it's obvious that English is not their first language. Then I have another kind of client that wants to really refine the pronunciation, really reduce their foreign accent so that they can sound near native or like a native speaker. So these are the two kinds of people that I help. so um, yeah, feel free to connect with me if you are interested in any of my services. I'm going to do some quick announcements here. Then I'm gonna open up to Q&A. So if there are question and answers on TikTok or YouTube, I'm going to answer them right after these quick announcements. So, September, I'm going to start giving and doing one-on-ones with clients. So, accent reduction one-on-ones, conversation and feedback one-on-ones, and, if you are interested if you are interested in accent training, I do 12-week programs with my clients. Comment accent training, please, on my YouTube, and I'll share with you how to sign up for that. Next, if you're interested in just conversation classes, maybe you're the kind of client that just wants to improve their conversation and get feedback on major mistakes, comment conversation, and I will give you the links on how to, how to get into that. It says 12 weeks, but this is not necessarily 12 weeks for conversation. Then something else I'll mention, if you are unsure, you're like, "Oh, do I do conversation? Do I do accent training? Which is best for me?" If you would like to jump on a Zoom call with me, 15 minutes, we can discuss what your English goals are, and I can see how your English is. You can we can discover discover together which program is best for you. So, I'm gonna open it up to questions. I'm gonna ask I'm gonna look at my YouTube first. So thank you for those who let me know that my mic was not working. So I'm good. How are you? Thank you for asking. And I'm so happy that it's my mic is working. So I can't understand some of the words when I watch an English show. What should I do? It's not like I don't understand what the word is. I just can't comprehend what they're saying. I love that you're asking this. Very often there are language learners in general, but I'm going to talk about English learners. They will say, "I can understand English, like, in my class, I can write English, I can speak English, but when natives are speaking, like, when I'm listening to a show, I don't understand." And sometimes people think that they need to study more vocabulary words. I should speak slower, but that is not the problem, usually. Usually, it is just understanding and learning about connected speech, and that's why I'm gonna actually show this right now. I am actually going to be starting s I'm going to be starting my course. Um, it's going to be about connected speech and the flow of English. So, people will understand, for example, these words. "What are you doing?" But when English speakers say it, they'll say, "What are you? What are you doing?" So it's like, "What? That doesn't sound like what are you doing?" So there's different things that happen in connected speech. Sometimes sounds will disappear. Sometimes sounds will appear. Um, they'll kind of transform and change when we put them together. So if this is something that interests you and you want to learn more about this, um, whether you take my course or you don't, you need to learn about connected speech. So if you're interested, you're watching this on YouTube, comment one of these words, either connected one of these phrases, sorry, connected speech secrets or master the flow of English. Which sounds better? Which sounds more exciting? I'll give you another example. Um, Instead of saying, I want you to do something, right? It sounds, you probably understand that. You hear, I want you to, I want you, chew the T at the end of the word. I'm going to write this down. I'm a visual learner and I want you to see this. I'm just going to grab my markers. So, just some connected speech. What can happen? I want you to. Okay. So instead of I want you to, I'm actually going to switch and mirror my. It will turn into the T and the Y will turn into a ch sound. I want you to. Okay. So that's why very often English learners will say, I know English, but when natives speak, I don't understand. I do not understand. So I want you, instead of to go, to will often turn into to. I want you to go to. It's not to. So that could be really confusing when you are listening to English and it doesn't sound like the words that you thought you learned. Okay. Because you've learned these words, but they kind of change sometimes in sentences and connected speech. Another example. Um, Instead of saying, did you, right? Did you, which you learn, which you, well, actually, that is okay, which you learn in school, because the D and the Y is going to turn into a G sound. I know it's super weird. So very often you'll hear it sound like did ya, did ya. So someone might say, did you eat yet? When they want to ask, did you eat yet? Right? That's what we'll say sometimes. And yeah, so to answer your question, um, if you cannot understand English when you're watching a show, like when native speakers are speaking, and your English is pretty good, it's probably because um, you might not know how words and sounds transform in connected speech. And it's just a question of learning it because it's hard when you listen to native speakers and you're like, they're speaking really fast. I don't understand. It's not that they're speaking fast. It's that, well, maybe sometimes, but it's that they're connecting the words. So the different words, they go together as one sound and they change sounds. The sounds change inside. All right. How can I enhance or how can we enhance our accent skills? So for TikTokers watching, I am giving YouTube priority for questions. And when I have no questions, I will check TikTok. But you guys can watch and I'll look here when and if I feel like you know, I feel like I need more questions. So how can you advance your accent skills? Mm, 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 hmm. I'm trying to find something that can help you right here. Okay. So what I can do, actually, I'm gonna do it right now. If you want, um, if you want to improve your accent and you want to know my framework, my step-by-step process, um, I'm gonna write this right now. Um, I'm just checking this to make sure there's no spelling errors, and boom. If you want to know comment framework, whether you're watching the replay or you're here, to get my free video. So you join my email list, I'll give you the free video of my step-by-step framework on what to do if you want to improve your accent, okay? Another thing I wanna say is that I do have a bunch of different playlists on YouTube. So you can see there's pronunciation help, connected speech help, learning English tips. You can see it going across the screen here. I have a playlist that's accent reduction tips. Accent reduction tips. So if you want to reduce your foreign accent and you just want to see what tips I have, check that out too. And I can definitely, yeah, you'll definitely see a lot of helpful tips. I have another playlist that's Ask an Accent Coach. So sometimes when I get questions, public questions, I will answer it. So you might have these questions, but check it out. I'm going to see if anyone had said framework. Nobody has yet. All right. Is there any special book for American accent? Oh, before I get there, let me check this. Ma'am, are you a native speaker? Yes, I am. I am a native speaker. I speak English as a first language, and I'm from Canada. Such good explanation. Thank you. Hola, Marcos. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna try this again. Hola, Marcos Reyes. Nice to see you. Okay, you get it now. Good. So is there any special book for American accent? Yes. Yes, I have it somewhere. I have it somewhere. I'm going to put it in the replay of this video, and I'm actually going to see if I can find it right now, so I can put it in the comments really quickly. So I'm just gonna look this up and see if I can find it because I have the link somewhere to my favorite accent resources. Mm, mm, mm. Where is it? Mm, Where is it? Da, da, da. Okay, I'll tell you what, I don't know where it is right now, but um, after I'm done this live, I'm going to put it in the description of this YouTube video in the replay. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more because I'm on a page somewhere else and see if I can find it. Links to games, resources. I have a lot of stuff I'm going through right now. Resources for students. Yeah, sorry. I don't think I have it. But I will say, after I'm going to put this on in the description. Okay? So I'm sorry. I can't find it right now. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to see if there's any other question. Sorry. Is it Ajmal? It's a cool name. Acá disfrutado la clase. Thank you. So where are you from? I am from Canada. I'm from Canada. So I'm going to see if there's any questions um, on TikTok. Okay, so what resources do you recommend for improving pronunciation? There's a lot. um, but I have this one book. Oh my goodness. I was just looking on my computer for it. I cannot find the link. But if you join my email list, I will try to send out an email soon sharing my favorite resource, like which book and stuff like that for American accent. I think it's called Mastering Your American Accent. I do not remember who the author is, but yeah, I'm sorry. All right, okay, we will see it later. I don't share my WhatsApp number. Thanks for asking though. How can I speak like a native speaker? Um, Good question. I have a whole playlist, but if I had to sum it up, I would say make sure you're getting exposure to native speakers, to English every day if you can. If you do it every day, you'll get results faster. And repeat after them and converse with them. Have conversations with English speakers. That will help a lot. I will put this up here. I was asked what my WhatsApp number is. I don't give my WhatsApp number, but if I have an accent client, when I do, I communicate with them through a different voice messaging platform because I give support. So if someone is a client, they'll be able to, you know, get a hold of me. Okay, I got another question about I don't even know if I said that right, TOEFL and IELTS. I don't work with that. I just my approach is not to work on grammar and drills and lessons that I feel like aren't really relevant. I really work with English learners who want to improve their conversation to gain confidence and to improve their accent. So, unfortunately, I don't know too much about this. Like, I have an idea, but I'm not qualified to answer that question. All right, Diego Winters, hello from Spain. Hola, España. Question here. I usually have problems with used to and get used to. Okay. Used to, you can actually ask ChatGPT too. I have a ChatGPT guide if anyone, wants to check it out. But used to means it was a habit. Like I used to go swimming every day, but now I don't do that anymore. I used to, right? And then to get used to, I'm not gonna write this down, but to get used to means to get um, get habituated to something. So, I painted my house pink and I didn't like it, but I'm starting to get used to it. Okay. So, used to, past habit. Get used to, you're getting familiar and like habituated to something. Okay. And so I said, is a B2 level of fluency considered good? I'd say so. That's really good, in my opinion. I think the highest is like C, right? But B2, yeah, good job. Especially if it takes a lot of work to get to a B2 fluency. So good job. Um, Now I'm going to get rid of my question and answer period. I will answer questions after. But I'm going to share with you an exercise right after I answer a couple questions. So how do you measure progress in speaking skills? Um, it's a good question. Um, it depends what you're measuring. So are you measuring like if you're not very like easily understood and you become understood? Are you looking at pronunciation? I mean, I think it could be measured in a lot of different ways. So it's hard to say. And I feel a lot of um, a lot of progress that we make in learning English or any language is so slow. It's hard to keep track. Um, Something that could be helpful. Let me know if anyone has done this. Um, One way could be to record yourself on video, and especially when you're working on a goal. I guess I'm going to continue doing question and answer period because it's here. I got a lot of questions. Um, oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. Is to record yourself on video and then, a month later or 6 months later, because when you learn a language, you feel like you're not improving at all. And that's normal. And I'm actually going to be doing this. I plan to do this in September with my second language because I feel like, I mean, I must have improved, but I can never see the difference. So I'm going to be um, taking videos of myself or like recording, making videos of myself and seeing if there's a change between like September, October, November, because I'm going to be doing a lot of like work with trying to improve my accent in my second language. Gotcha. Thanks. To get used to acum, acostumbrarse. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. Hi. Okay. Cool. Yeah. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm not going to scroll on TikTok, but if I see a question, I'll answer it. Um, okay. Again, I do not give my WhatsApp number, but for my clients, there's other like voice messaging options that I give them to make sure that they're on the right process or progress, right path. Sorry. How do you pronounce the word oh, I love these questions. Mm, mm, 'kay. Mhm, mhm. Uh, so I got a question. How do I pronounce this word? The vowel sound. So if I'm gonna compare it with other vowel sounds. If there is a vowel sound that does not exist in your first language, you might not hear the difference. So when we are improving our pronunciation, modifying our accent, the first step is to be able to hear the difference, then to practice pronouncing the difference, and then making that a habit and a part of your new accent. So I'm gonna say it for you. Uh, dull, all, dull. And it kind of, I mean, for someone who may not have these two vowel sounds, it might sound like oh, dole, oh, ol, dole, right? Uh, oh, uh, oh, dull, dole, dull, dole. Add in doll. This is something that you might hear other Americans or people with American accent say ah or something like that. I pronounce it like this because there's two different ways you'll hear it pronounced, at least two. Okay. So dull, all, dole, all, doll, all, doll, dole, doll. Okay, it sounds kind of similar. It does. Dull, all, sorry, dull. I should put my finger there so you can see it. Dull, dole, doll. Okay, that's something you can practice. It's not easy. I'm hoping that helps, Alyssa. I'm hoping that helps. All right. Um, yes. It's a good level of fluency. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, see if there's any other appropriate question. Okay, I see a question. I'm not going to repeat it, but I will say, yeah, it's correct. Uh, good, good. Okay, good. I'm good. English lecture. How are you? So now I'm going to start off because it looks like I'm done with questions. For now, I have a follower who is from India, and he speaks with an almost perfect American accent, and he's never been here. Here, I mean by North America. Um, and for him, instead of saying no, he'll say no. Like it sounds almost like British. So I'm going to be doing an exercise right now. So if you guys want to work on this sound, if O is a hard sound for you, you can practice with me. If not, you really don't have to. And you can ask questions and I will answer the questions later. So feel free to ask questions. Um, and I'm pretty sure I did answer. So I said I'm good. How are you? All right, good. I'm going to share my screen really soon. So before I start, something I'll say is if you have a sound that you say incorrectly, that you do not say with an American accent, and you want an American accent, it's important to practice that sound. Okay. Practice it, start being able to like master that sound and then say it over and over and over. Ideally, if you can practice it every day, you'll be able to undo those incorrect habits and be able to make or create new muscle memory. So that's what we're doing here in this presentation we're about to do. So I'm going to be sharing my screen here. And we're going to be doing some exercises. Mhm. All right. So here is the sound. And remember, whatever you pronounce it, what I'm not saying it's good. Remember what sound you don't want to pronounce. So if you are the person I'm making this for, it's not O, it's O. So feel free to repeat after me. O, O. Okay, okay. After I speak, you can repeat. Only, only. No, no. Hello, hello. Oh, oh. Go, go. Both, both. Though, though. So, so. Don't, don't. And I'm not making the T pop, if you're wondering why the T is not pronounced. Won't, won't. Most, most. Slow, slow. Although, although. Nobody. So it's the no, no. Nobody, nobody. Goes, goes. Home, home. Phone, phone. Oh, we did nobody again. Going, going. Goal, goal. Coach, coach. Now we're going to practice little phrases. So if this is a sound that you're trying to correct in your pronunciation, just repeat after me and you can do this every day if you want and add different sentences too. And you know what? If you are practicing it, let me know some sentences you use with this sound. Add it in the comments. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know, right? I know, right? Oh yeah. I know, right? So what? So what? Let's go before we're late. So it's let's go, go. Let's go before we're late. Let's go before. This is hard because instead of saying before, it's before. Okay. Let's go before we're late. Let's go before we're late. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go before we're late. Let's go before we're late. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, hello there. Hello there. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that. Totally. Totally. I totally. I totally. So, oh, totally, right? I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. I want to go. Okay, go, go. I want to go home early. And I'm actually going to write this so you guys can see this. Oh, I don't have that. I can't write on this. Never mind. I want to go home early. Home early. So I need to go. So go. So I need to go. So go. So I need to go. So I need to go. I know I need to go. I know. No. Go. Go. I know I need to go. I know I need to go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, right? Okay, I'm exaggerating this so that you can hear it and that you can really pronounce the sound because a lot of English learners will say the vowel really quick because they're unsure. So do not be shy to really make it longer and really pronounce it. I know, right? I know, right? So what? So what? So, so let's go before we're late. Let's go before we're late. And this would sound like someone who's annoyed. So be careful by saying, let's go. Right? That's kind of it can be seen as impatient or rude. But we are practicing with the oh, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. 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 And you'll notice that our vowels in American English will kind of you can make it more wavy. Instead of saying go, you can say go. But if you if you say go like that, it can be rude. But it's okay to really, you know, play with those vowels. So hello there. Hello there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. You're still repeating after me. I want to go home. I want to go home early. I want to go home early. Again, that could sound a little bit impatient if you say it like that, but we're just practicing the vowels. So I need to go. Like at the end of a conversation where you're like, like I gotta go. So I gotta go. Oops, I said gotta instead of need to, but you've heard that. So I gotta go. So go. I know I need to go. I know I need to go. I know I need to go. All right, so I'm hoping that helped. With really practicing that sound, ideally correcting that sound if you mispronounce it. Especially something I've noticed with Indian speakers, 'cause I see that there's some Indian speakers here, or speakers of Indian languages. Um, don't be afraid to really pronounce the vowels instead of saying, like really, really lean into it, pronounce those vowels, don't be shy. All right, hello, Mandela in Germany. Nice. I love it. All right, so I'm gonna open it up to questions again. Um, ooh. Oh, I see a really fun question. Okay, I'm going back to question and answer, and, I think we're gonna also have a fun activity. Okay. Um, I love this question. I will send a sample of my accent on Instagram. Yes, I think I already talked to you. I mean, I think I already told you on YouTube to send me one, like, send me a message. Would you judge it if you don't mind? You know what? Send it to me. Yes, send it to me. Send me a short little, like, 1 minute or so message, so long enough that I can hear different patterns in your accent, and tell me if you're okay with it. Tell me what your name is, where you're from. Ooh, or should you not tell me where you're from? And then I guess. You decide. 1-minute voice message, ideally introducing yourself, maybe telling me where you're from. If you do, I can give you feedback. If you don't, I'm gonna guess where you're from and then confirm and then give you feedback, okay? But yeah, I will check my Instagram right now. But send me a message. Hello. Um, I feel like I've been asked this a lot this live. I do not give my WhatsApp number. I work with my clients with a different platform. If you're a client of mine, you'll know which one it is. Ah, hey, Arush. Hey, Jesse, I had a question. I struggle with the word smarter. Basically, the transition from R to T. Smarter. I think it's a flap T. I think we pronounce it as a flap T. I'm just gonna double check because I say smarter, like with a D. I'm just gonna do a quick little chat with ChatGPT. I'll say, "Do Americans" I mean, I do. I'm gonna say, "How do you pronounce?" Actually, how do you pronounce smarter with an American accent? Because I'm guessing you're asking because you speak really well. I know who you are. Um, and I think because it feels like too much effort to pronounce the T. Yeah, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm not crazy. We do see the D. Okay, I'm gonna write it down and show you. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. Mhm. Okay, so I was asked how to pronounce this word because of the transition between the R and the T. It is pronounced as a flap T, the T. Well, you don't have to, but naturally, we will do a fast T. So I'm going to say it with the flap T, which is like a fast T. Smarter, smarter, smarter. Okay. I think now that you hear this, Arush, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, it's easy. You can pronounce it as a T in careful speech. So smarter. It feels weird for me. But if I was talking to an English learner who didn't understand when I said smarter, I might say smarter, like very carefully. But generally speaking, we will pronounce it with a D, smarter, smarter. And I see a pronunciation question since I have my board. Hi, Mackie. All right, I got a question on how to pronounce this. Cell, L, L. Like the sound. Cell. Does that help, Arush? I hope you're still here, but you might not be, but you'll watch it maybe. And we were just talking about you, Arush. So feel free to watch the replay. Ma'am, do you know a teacher named Tiffany? She's also a native speaker. Does she have a YouTube channel? I don't. I think I might have seen it actually. I wonder, I have a friend who has a friend who has an English channel, and I'm wondering if it is Tiffany, but I don't know if I know who she is. Like personally, I don't, but I think I might have heard of her. You're very welcome, S. Okay, please, I like to go to America. I want to go to America. I'd like to go to America. I would choose Canada. Maybe I'm biased, but I would choose Canada. Uh, okay. I can't send it because of different time zones. You should be able to. I think I'm looking at my phone right now. I think that there are some countries where people can't send me messages or like videos or whatever. So I'm wondering if that is why. But I could be wrong. So I'm checking my messages. You should be able to send it, but whatever. If you don't want to, or if you want to later, you can. I don't see a message though. I think it might be best if you start with a text message like hi, and then I'll unblock you because with the message requests, I think it does that. Yeah, it's a flat T, but it's a little complicated because of the R sound. Erd, smarter, erd. Yeah, it's like hard. Can you say harder? Like that's harder than this, like more difficult. It's like that, smarter, harder. So we'll say work smarter, not harder. Mm. Makes it harder. to do the flat T and then another R. Yeah, like harder. Though funny enough, I think I get it now. I just sort of relaxed the R sound. It might be yeah, harder. Yeah, it's pretty relaxed. And I noticed it too, like, it doesn't apply to everyone, but I know there are some people who have like an almost perfect accent and they will over exaggerate the R's. I have not noticed that with you though, Arush. But I know people in my surrounding, sometimes they do that. Yeah. Yeah. So I got a question saying also, would you be willing to, would you be open to reviewing a super short 13-second audio clip? I'll share it via Instagram right now. Yes, of course. Yes, I have a Telegram channel, Mackie. It is, what is it? I think it's American. I'm gonna write this down. I actually don't know. I don't know. If you go to my Instagram, actually, you know what? I'm gonna write it down. And then I'm gonna check for the tell me, is Tiffany Canadian? I feel like if she's Canadian, I might know somebody who knows her. Not that Canada's small, it's not. American accent training. On Telegram, I don't know. I don't use it enough. Um, I need to be more active and I should be more active in September. You can check this out on Telegram. If not, if you go to my Instagram, which is American Accent Training with Jess, I have a Telegram pin story with the link. Okay. And you're very welcome, S. I'm so happy to help you. Mm-mm. And I'm going to check my, oops, my messages. Um, I'm just going to check, and then if there is a message, I will probably do a quick little pause. Let me know, Arush, when you do it. I don't see a. It's been a while since we talked. All right, hi, teacher. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Good. All right. So, Arush, I'm just waiting. No stress. No stress. But let me know when you send it. Mm-mm. All right, I'm taking more questions. I am from Canada. I got a question on TikTok. Where are you from? Oops, I just sent an invitation somewhere. And I'm so sorry if I sent an invite somewhere. Okay. Yeah, ask me any question. Oh, got it. Yes. Okay. Hi, Jesse. This is really okay. I like doing this. I like this. I like when I can review accents. Good. I'm going to just do a quick little be right back. I'm going to listen to it and then I'll come back and listen to it live. Problem is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not in that problem. And this creates this feeling of not wanting to do a lot of things. Mm, 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 mm. Can you hear me? Somebody tell me if you can hear me when, yeah, let me know if you can hear me when I'm talking right now with the be right back, because I don't know. I don't know if it's doing that or not. All right, so I'm back. Let me know if you heard me when I was on the be right back. Okay, so we're going to look at this. I don't know if I should write it out. I'm kind of tempted. But I'm going to play the message and I'm going to, I guess, review it quickly.
Problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not.
Okay, I am going to write it down. I think it's fun to do that, to write it down and to really look at it one by one. I'm actually going to transcribe it. It's nice. Do you prefer that I do it like bit by bit? Um, Normally I look at it as a whole, but since it's short, it's kind of nice to look at it because there's little sounds that I'm catching now that I'm like, oh, we can talk about that. You're trying to do things for I'm gonna start with this. And it's fun. This is fun. I like this. And it's cool to be able to like give feedback for a follower, you know, like the same one multiple times because you get to see like new things every time. Because like I mentioned, like when I work with people, I'm constantly assessing them.
Is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not in that.
Okay. The problem with that is that you're trying to do okay, something I noticed. It's hard for me to like hold this up and like assess at the same time. Um,
And this create problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford.
okay, something that sounds weird. To me, do. Mm, we still got to work on that. I hear kind of to do, to do. Um, and I did the no, though, like the O sound on this live, so you can check it out. But I haven't done the ooh sound yet. And this sounds a little bit funny for me. Can't. It might be the whole southern kind of feel I get. But I'm gonna listen to it again. We're gonna listen to the whole thing.
To do because you're not in that problem. And this creates this feeling of not wanting to do a lot of things.
Okay, your last do a lot of things sounded really good. Okay.
Problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not in that problem.
To do.
And this creates this feeling of not wanting to do a lot of things.
Okay, your last do is really good. Okay. I'm I'll listen to it a few times. Um, so you wanna know if your pitch ranges are good. Okay. I like how you said the problem with that.
Problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not in that problem. And this creates this feeling of not wanting to do a lot of things.
Okay. I liked it. Like for rhythm and stuff like that, I would say I'd make sure the do sounds American if that's what you want. Do, can't, unless you want to sound kind of southern because that's what I think I hear. But I'm gonna say it like I would as a native speaker. We're gonna listen to your clip and then I might do it again so that you can hear the difference. But you're pretty spot on. And And also know that just because I might say something different doesn't mean that what you said is incorrect either. But we'll talk about that.
Problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not in that problem. And this creates this feeling of not wanting to do a lot of things.
Amazing. I don't even know if I have like any feedback to correct, but I would say really good. So, like you said, the problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do. It's hard to read, but honestly, your intonation is perfect. The problem with that is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to because you're not in that problem. And this creates this feeling of not wanting to do a lot of things. Okay, forget repeating after me because when I read, I don't sound natural. Um, your pitch, intonation, good. Sounds really natural. The only thing that sounds off, like I mentioned, um, like maybe if you corrected that, I might be able to nitpick something else, but it's really good. I would say the do should be do. Do should be do. Your last do is perfect. I'm seeing a pattern here. Do you see it? Do you see it? I see it. And then can't. Again, it's not bad. But I think it kind of sounds a little southern to me or something. Can't. I'm gonna listen to it one more time because I'm second guessing this.
Is that you're trying to do things in a way that you can't afford to do because you're not in that problem. And this creates this feeling of not wanting to.
Can't. Yeah, I think it sounds a little southern, but that's okay. So I'd say work on that. And the pattern that I was saying that I noticed when you say to in front of do, maybe that's it. To do, to do, to do. So if you want to fix that, just every day to do, to do, to do. I want to do this. I can't afford to do that. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to do, to do, to do. So just being able to say to do, just to create that muscle memory of after you say to or to, because to is when it's like unstressed, do, right? I think that's, I'm curious. I'm curious when once I start hearing more of your voice messages, if your do, a lot of it is actually after you say to do, to do, to do, right? Anyways, I'm hoping that helps. I wish. I'm gonna check out my TikTok, see what's going on here. Congratulations for teaching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, okay. I don't know who's there anymore, so I'm not gonna answer some of those. All right. I think I think I'm done. There's no more questions. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds, 1 minute to ask any questions. If not, I think I'm gonna sign out because it's been about an hour. It's been an hour. It's nice. And again, if you are interested in seeing different common English mistakes, check out that playlist. Pronunciation help. I have a playlist on that on YouTube. Connected speech help, English learning tips, and yeah, accent reduction tips. I have that all. So looks like there's no more questions. There's not any more questions. So I will see you maybe next Monday when I start doing lives. Hope you guys are doing awesome and you have a good week. Take care and bye bye.